Good afternoon everyone. Today we will discuss about the first syllabus for your upcoming examination. Okay. So first 3 unit. Okay. Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3 is your syllabus for your upcoming examination. And you should check for which part is present and which part is not present in this part and chapter, and the name of this chapter for the first Unit 1. The 4 chapters are present in the Unit 1. That one is the Unit 1, that is the living world. First one, the living world. Number 2, biological classification. Number 3, plant kingdom. And number 4, animal kingdom. Okay. Okay, so these 4 chapters from Unit 1 for your upcoming examination. Next, for Unit 2, from Unit 2, the 2 chapters from the Unit 2. The first one, morphology of flowering plant. Number 2, structural organization or in animals. One chapter is reduced from your syllabus, that is anatomy of flowering plant. Okay. 2 chapters, structural organization of, and some part also deleted from the each chapters. Okay, you should careful about that. Structural organization in animals. Okay, these 2 chapters from the Unit 2. And from the Unit 3, there is also 3 chapters. That is first one, cell, the unit of life. Number 2, biomolecules. Number 3, cell cycle and cell division. Okay, so these 3 unit is present in your upcoming examination, and each chapter from this unit you just read very carefully. Yes, whole chapter of the biomolecules is coming, and we reduce the plant physiology also. Okay, because after that examination the whole books will be present in your examination, so read this very carefully. And MCQ question is coming, you just don't need to worry about that. This is coming from your inside. Just read the book thoroughly, very carefully, and there may be 50 marks examination, maybe, I don't know really, and MCQ pattern should be maybe occurred. And you read that book, and if you have any question, ask me or else Sabanti ma'am, anything. Yes, MCQ type question. I am not sure, but very short type of the question is coming from that chapters. Okay, read this now from the today, and you have any question, any doubt, any problem, ask me and Sabanti ma'am also. According to the reduced syllabus, the exam is going. Yes, according to the reduced syllabus, new syllabus. Which part is deleted? No question is coming from that part. Okay, so today let's start our new chapter, that is body fluids and circulation. We have completed that chapter. No need to read about this chapter, you just follow me and follow the class. Just in your home you read these chapters and repeat, revise that chapter. You know that body fluids mean blood, that is most important for our circulation. Body fluid and circulation. Okay, you know that our circulatory system is totally made up of the fluid system, that is blood, and the circulatory system, that is the heart. Okay, so we have learned all these living cells have to be provided with the nutrients O2 and other essential substances. Living cells must need O2 and essential substances for their survival. Without oxygen, how they survive? They need oxygen for the some cellular activities also. Also, the waste and harmful substances produced have to remove continuously for the healthy functioning of the tissue. If continuously poison toxic materials present in your body, how your body functions properly? So, your body should remove from this toxic material from your body and replace that part with the fresh oxygenated materials. Okay, and that is occurs by the circulatory system, because blood is the most important part, most important connective tissue which transport all these type of the fresh materials, the nutrients, the oxygen to each parts of our body. Different groups of animals have evolved different methods for the transport. Simple organisms like sponges, coelenterans circulate water through their surroundings throughout their body cavities to facilitate cells to exchange these substances. Our body can contain different types of the complex system, organ system, but how sponges and coelenterans contain this type of system? They are very simple type of animal, unicellular animals, where small cells are present. How they contain this type of the complex system in their body? There is only one opening, that is worked as the mouth, that is works also as the anus. Okay, so whole chapter. So this is the circulatory system that helps to transport every materials that occurs by the blood in our body, that occurs by the water in their body, in the simple animals. But when you upgrade it, when you go to the higher plants, higher animals, not in the plants, in the animals, the blood is the main substance that circulates all the nutrients to the each parts of the body. So, more complex organisms use special fluids within their fluid by most of the higher organisms, including humans, for this purpose. Another body fluid, lymph, also helps in the transport of certain substances. In this chapter, you will see another lymph. You know that our body skin also made by different types of the glands, they produce lymph. So, the bloods and lymphs, these two most important liquid connective tissue that circulates everything and connects each parts of the body by this type of these two tissue. We will learn about the composition and properties of the blood and lymph, and the mechanism of the circulation of blood is also explained here. Blood. What is blood? You know that blood is the fluid, liquid matrix tissue, that mainly liquid connective tissue. Only one liquid connective tissue, not only the blood, lymph is also the blood is the most important liquid connective tissue. Blood is the special connective tissue considering a fluid matrix, plasma and formed elements. So, blood contains two things, that is plasma, that is the liquid part, and formed elements means blood cells part, WBC, RBC, platelets. Okay. Plasma. What is plasma? Plasma is a straw colored means light yellowish, golden colors, okay, and viscous fluid, because the plasma contains some protein parts also, so that's why that is yellowish in color. So straw colored viscous fluid consulting near 55% of the blood, 90 to 92% of the plasma is water, and proteins contribute 6 to 8% of it. Fibrinogen, globulins, albumins are the major proteins. Okay, so blood How the blood is made? What is the contents blood? Blood is the first blood made by two elements, that is first one plasma and second one plasma and second one formed elements, that is blood cells. Okay. Plasma is 55%, the watery substance with the protein, and formed elements, that is blood cells, that is 45%. Okay. Plasma contain water and proteins. Okay. Water and proteins, albumin, globulin, fibrinogens, water and protein. So water present in the plasma, the maximum part of the plasma is made by the water, 90 to 92%, and the protein is made up of 6 to 8%. And the formed elements, that is RBC, erythrocyte, leukocyte, WBC, and platelets. So this is the whole structures of the blood. Okay. The protein that is present in the blood, albumin, globulin, fibrinogen. The fibrinogens is needed for the clotting of the blood. Globulin primarily are involved in the defense mechanism of the body, and albumin helps in the osmotic balance. So the two types of proteins has two different functions. Globulin is defense mechanism, that is used for the different types of the immunity purpose, and albumin is for the osmotic, the pH balance, the water balance, that type of balance is controlled by the albumin. So globulin is for the defense and albumin for the osmotic regulation. Plasma also contains small amounts of minerals, Na+, Ca+, Mg+, HCO3-. So different types of minerals, glucose, amino acids, all these things are necessary. Different types of ions are necessary for our bones, for our body, for the clotting of the blood, for different types of the functions in our body. So these types of materials are present in the plasma. Factors or coagulation or clotting of blood are also present in the plasma in an inactive form. Plasma without the clotting factors is called the serum. So you can see that after cutting any part of your body, when the clotting of the blood, the loss of the blood is prevented, from that part some watery substances, the liquid part is coming out, oozes from that part. This is called serum. Serum is without clotting factor. No fibrinogens, no proteins are present in the serum. Just only the watery substance of the plasma without the clotting factors is known as the serum. Formed elements. The erythrocyte, leukocyte and platelets are collectively called formed elements. The blood cells are collectively called formed elements, and they constitute nearly 45% of the blood. So 55% the watery substance is the plasma in the blood, and 45% is present, that is formed element. Erythrocytes, that is RBC. So let's read about the erythrocytes or RBC. What is their lifespan, what is their number, what is their function. RBC or erythrocyte. Erythrocytes or red blood cells are the most abundant in all cells in the blood. A healthy adult man has an average of 5 millions to 5.5 millions of RBCs of blood. Okay, so number of the RBCs 5 to 5.5 millions. Okay, and RBC are formed in the red bone marrow. From the red bone marrow in the adult, RBC is formed. And RBC are devoid of nucleus in the most of the mammals and biconcave in the cell. Why they are devoid of the nucleus? You know that because they increase their space for the holding the hemoglobin and oxygen. If nucleus is present, they are very small. You can not see in the naked eye. So how they contain the oxygen? So that's why the nucleus is devoid of the RBC for the holding of the oxygen. And biconcave in cell because it can enlarge their spaces. They have the red colored iron containing complex protein hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is present, that is heme. Iron, the globulin protein, that is present. Then that is responsible for the red color in the blood. A healthy individual has 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin in every cells. A healthy individual has how many hemoglobins in 100 ml of the cell? Blood, 100 ml of the blood contains 12 to 16 gram of the hemoglobin. This molecule plays a significant role in the transport of respiratory gas. Mostly the RBC helps in the transport of gases, oxyhemoglobin, carboxyhemoglobin, and RBC have an average lifespan of 120 days. So lifespan is 120 days and helps in the transport of the gases, and which is there destroyed in the spleen. So spleen, you know that is gland present in your body that helps in the destruction of the RBC. Now leukocyte or WBC. WBC, that is known as the white blood cells, like leukocytes. They are colorless because there is no hemoglobin is present due to the absence of the hemoglobin, and their number is 6,000 to 8,000 million. Okay, 6,000 to 8,000 million, the number of the WBC. And there are two types of mainly WBC is present, are granulocyte and granulocyte. Granulocyte means their surface is not smooth, they contain ribosome, rough surface, and granulocyte means there is no granules is present. And granulocyte WBC has three types: neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. And agranulocyte WBC are two types, that is lymphocyte and monocyte. So let's see what is the functions of the different types of the WBC. Each of the WBC has the specific functions. Okay. So neutrophils are the most abundant. So most abundant, the number of the increase, the large number of WBC neutrophil, the less number of WBC basophil. Okay. So the neutrophils are the most abundant cells, and the agranules and the total WBCs and basophils are the least number. Neutrophils and monocyte are phagocytic cells. They destroy foreign organism entering the body. So the foreign particles, the severe virus, bacteria that is harmful for our body, that is they totally destroy by the phagocytotic process. That is known as the phagocytotic process. That is, you know what is phagocytosis? Capturing of the foreign particles. You know how the amoeba capture the food materials. This type of the phagocytotic process. By this process they destroy the harmful substances from the, this is the function of the neutrophil and monocyte. By the process of the phagocytosis they destroy the foreign particles or harmful substances. Basophils secrete histamine, serotonin, heparin are involved in the inflammatory reaction. Sometimes some redness occurs due to the some foreign particles, inflammatory, that is sometimes of the uncomfortable feelings in your body. Heparin, that helps in the preventing the clotting of the blood. Sometimes blood clots. The heparin secretion from the basophils, they helps in the prevent from the clotting of the blood. So function of the basophil, that is inflammatory. Eosinophil resist infection and also for the allergic reaction. So allergy that is occurs in our body, that is totally controlled by the eosinophil. And lymphocyte, there is two types of lymphocyte, beta lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. These two are responsible for the immunity of our body. So each of the WBC has the different function, you can know that. Now platelets, that is thrombocyte. Platelets, that is are called thrombocyte. They are cell fragments. RBC, WBC is the whole total cell, but platelets are the fragments. They are small particles of the cells. They are very small and there is very large number present because they are particles, breakdown parts of breaking part of the cells. Cell part fragments produced from the megakaryocytes. They are the cells from the bone marrow. So bone marrow, there is some megakaryocyte cells are present, that is totally destroyed and from the platelets. Blood normally contains 1,05,000 to 3,05,000 platelets million, and the platelets can release a variety of the substance, modes of the involved in the coagulation of the blood. Okay, so 6,000 to 8,000 in the millimeter of the blood, and it is present 1,05,000 to 3 lakh something. Okay, so this is the platelets, and they are involved in the coagulation. You know that the clotting factor, when the platelets break down, they secrete the fibrin thread like structure that helps in the clotting of the blood. Platelets can release a variety of substances from which involve coagulation or clotting of the blood. A reduction in their number can lead to the clotting disorder, which will lead to excessive loss of blood from the body. Now, blood groups. You know that different persons has the different blood groups because they contain different types of antigens and antibodies. Antigens and antibodies that present in our body helps in the differentiation of the blood groups. Okay, 4 types of mainly blood groups are present, and this classification of blood groups, this process is known as the ABO group, because we have the mainly 4 types. Bombay types, there is some another types also present. The main that is they are very rare, the 1 in lakhs. Okay, so the most important 4 types A, B, AB and O, ABO groups. Okay, and RH factor depends on the RH factors, depends on the antigen, antibody and RH factors. The blood is group A, B, AB and AB, A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative. That is depends on the RH factor present or not, RH positive or RH negative. So let's see which content, which material. So ABO grouping is based on the presence or absence of 2 surface antigens and chemical that is induced immune response on the RBCs, namely A and B. Similarly, the plasma of different individual contains 2 natural antibodies. So 2 types of antigen A and B present, and the anti-A and anti-B different types of antibodies are present in the plasma. That's classify the blood. The distribution of antigen and antibodies in the 4 groups of the bloods A, B, AB and O are given in the table. You probably know that during blood transfusion, any blood cannot be used. The blood of the donors would be carefully matched with the blood of a recipient before any blood transfusion to avoid severe problems of the clumping, destruction of the RBC. The donor's compatibility is also known. So when you give, not only receive, when you donate the blood, you should match with your donor, your blood is matched with the recipient or not, because your blood will clot and the RBC started to clumping and they will not survive. So it is the harmful. Sometimes the parents' blood also not match with the children's. Okay, there is another, they find out the another donor that matches with their child. So you should check before donate or receive of the blood. Compatibility check is most important before donating the blood. So blood group, that is A. A contains antigen A, antibodies in the plasma, anti-B. Because it is B, there is no B present, so that's why it cannot give the blood to the B. And donors group A and O group give the blood to the A. A can only receive from A group and O group. O group is the universal donor. It can give blood to every group. B group, antigens on the B and anti-A, the opposite of the A, and the donors group B and O group. AB, A contain both antigens A and B, but there is no antibodies is present. So, and it can receive the blood from the A, B, AB, it is universal recipient. And O group, there is no antigen is present, both antibodies is present, and it can only take the blood from the O. Okay? From the above mentioned table, it is evident of the blood group O blood can be donated to the person in any other blood group, and here O group is individuals are called universal donors, and the person with AB group can accept the blood from the person with AB as well as the other groups of the blood. Such persons are called universal recipient. RH grouping. So this is the classification of blood depends on the antigen and antibody. Now classification occurs depends on the presence of RH. That is RH factor is research factor is present or not, that found in the body of a monkey, that is research monkey. So that's why this protein name is RH factor. Another antigen, RH antigen similar to one present research monkey is also observed on the surface of the RBC of the majority. 80% people are positive blood because there is RH factor is 20% rare group. So there is no problem positive group or negative group, but the less number of people contain negative group. So that is problematic when anybody injured with the negative blood group, it cannot find out a donor. So that's why it is problematic. And here is another problem is during the birth of a baby, because if mother is positive, baby is negative, or baby is positive, mother is negative, the blood is confused. When they fuse, there is some clumping of the RBC occurs, so baby cannot be survived. Mother body also, blood is also coming out from the mother's body, both are harmful for the baby. There is nowadays so many cases are occur. The positive mothers give the negative child and the negative mothers give the positive child, because medical sciences develop so many antigen antibodies discovered, they inject before the delivery, so that can prevent the mothers and baby both, okay, and they prevent from the transfusion of the blood from the mother to baby, baby to mothers. So such individual also called Rh positive, and then the womb the antigen is absent is called Rh negative. The antigen present Rh positive, antigen absence Rh negative. The Rh negative person, if exposed to the Rh positive blood, will form specific antibodies against the Rh antigen. Therefore, Rh groups would also be matched before the transfusion. So, before the transfusion, before donate the blood, you can match the blood. It is positive or negative. Therefore, Rh groups will also be matched against the Rh antigen and transfusion. A special case of Rh incompatibility mismatching has been observed between the Rh negative blood of a pregnant mother with the Rh positive blood of the fetus. So, when mother is negative, fetus is positive. So, what they do? Say, in the first pregnancy, these two bloods are separated by the placenta, because the baby is present in the placenta, so there is no chance in the mixing of the blood. But at the time of the delivery, when the placenta is burst, there is a chance the mixing of the mother blood to the baby, okay. So, however, during the delivery of the first child, there is a possibility to exposure of the mother blood to the small amount to the Rh positive blood from the fetus. In such cases, the mother starts preparing antibody against Rh antigen in her blood in the case of her subsequent pregnancies. The Rh antigen from the mothers can leak into the blood of the fetus and destroy the fetus RBC. So, how could they survive? They could be fetal of the fetus, could cause severe anemia and jaundice to the baby. This condition is called erythroblastoma fetalis. This can be avoided by the administering anti-Rh antibodies to the mother immediately after delivery of the first child. So, there is the antigen of the antibodies present, Rogam, Rodin, this type of name, that injected to the mother's body, and it prevents the mother's and baby both. Coagulation of blood, how the clotting of the blood occurs. When you get injured, how the clotting occurs. You know that when you cut your finger, after sometimes your wound does not continue bleeding for the long time, because clotting, if there is no severe injury occurs, if brain is attacked, blood loss, but some small cutting is occurs, some small injuries occurs in your body, after some time blood starts stopping, they start clotting. Usually the blood stops flowing after some times. Do you know why? Blood exhibits coagulation or clotting in response to the injury or trauma. This is mechanism to prevent excessive loss of blood from the body. We would have observed a dark reddish brown serum from the site of the cut or injury over the. When you cut first, when the skin is not dried, that is not black in color, that is light red or dark red in color. After that it started dried and that is blood in color. When the new skin comes, the upper cells is removed from your body. So, this is the clotting of the blood. It is the clot or coagulation formed mainly the network of threads called fibrils, which dead and damaged formed elements of the blood are trapped, okay. So, when any part of the cut there is fibrin is present, that is thread like structure totally cover the cutting area, injured damaged area of the blood and prevent blooding. And then fibrin converted into the fibrinogen by the help of the enzyme conversion fibrinogen by the help of the thrombin. Thrombin, there is another present in the blood protein, that is prothrombin. Prothrombin helps in the secretion of the thrombin, and this thrombin helps to fibrin transfer into the fibrinogen. Thrombin is called prothrombin. An enzyme complex thrombokinase is required for the above reaction. Another enzyme thrombokinase, not thrombin, thrombokinase is also required for this type of reaction. And this complex is formed by a series of linked enzyme reaction involving a number of factors present in the plasma in an inactive state. An injury or a trauma stimulates the platelets in the blood to release certain factors which activate the mechanism of coagulation. Certain factors released by the tissue at the site of injury also initiate coagulation. Calcium ion play a very important role in the clotting. So, in the coagulation, the clotting, the fibrinogen, prothrombin, fibrin, all are included and helps the clotting of the blood. Calcium also is present that helps in the clotting of the blood. So, lymph, tissue fluid. So after that blood, that lymph is the important for the circulation. As the blood passes through the capillaries in tissue, some water along maybe some small water soluble substances move out into the spaces between the cell of the tissues, leaving the large proteins and most of the found elements in the blood vessels. So after when blood is passes, there is some places is present between the cells of the tissues that is filled with the watery substance, that is called lymph. The fluid released out called the interstitial fluid or tissue fluid. It is secreted from the tissue, so that is tissue fluid or interstitial fluid. It has the same mineral distribution as the plasma. Plasma contains which type of proteins, which type of minerals? Same is contained by the fibrinogen, albumin, globulin, the calcium, iron, hydrogen, magnesium, and the another amino acid protein lipids are also present in the lymph. Exchange of nutrients, this is the main is plasma. Exchange of nutrients gases between the blood and the cells is occurs through this fluid. So blood to cell and cell to blood occurs by the lymph, and the elaborate network of vessels called lymphatic system. And circulatory system, there is lymphatic system is present and containing specialized lymphocyte, which is lymph is a colorless fluid containing specialized lymphocyte which is responsible for the immune response. So some of the erythrocyte, leukocyte, lymphocyte is also present in the lymph, that is also helps in our immune system. Okay, lymph is the beta lymphocyte, T lymphocyte you can read. The lymph is also important carrier for the nutrients, hormones, fats and absorbed through the lymph in the lacteals present in the interstitial villi. Okay, so this is secreted, absorbed by the villi. So this is up to for the today. Next day we will have the circulation occurs, we will read. Okay, but do not concentrate on that chapter, just concentrate on the first 3 units. Read that very carefully and question is coming from that chapter. Okay, don't worry about that, question is coming from the inside, you just carefully read the book. Okay, bye everyone. This is up to